Hey, Tony Gaskins here, popping in another episode of Talks with Tony. This might be a mashup because the one I'm on look like it's an actual question, but it's not that long. Hello, Mr. Gaskins. Firstly, I want to appreciate your teachings and knowledge that you share with us. It has personally helped me grow. My sister-in-law and I have recently been hired at the same company. We are both call center agents. I was hired first, so I came to work before her. Before she came, there was a particular guy who seemed nice at first, teaching me certain things, but then he started to make me feel uncomfortable, like he would start to touch my shoulders or just getting close, so I felt uncomfortable. So I started to avoid him. However, he would try to flirt with me, but I didn't show interest because I just felt uncomfortable around him. My sister in law came back to work, and the same guy started to show interest in her and asked for her number while I was there. So my sister in law told me they started to talk, and he would call, and they finally went on a date. She said he bought her flowers and she enjoyed the date, which is a beautiful thing. She then told me he asked her to be his girlfriend after the first date. Just out of curiosity, sir, my question is it okay to be exclusive after the first date, or is it too soon? Do you have to go on a couple of dates before you become exclusive, or does it happen, or does it depend on both parties? Well, okay. 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 It looked like you in Africa. Look like you in Africa. And, by your name, cause you black, but that's not an that's not a American name. You got your name. You got your motherland name. Somebody need to give me one. Give my motherland name back. Got me with this raggedy Tony Gaskins. I need my Subasiso. But yeah, just based on your name, I can tell you in Africa. And then with this question, you throw me all the way off. All the way off. Cause you said your sister-in-law. Now over here, now maybe you meant sister by law, or I don't know. Now over here, sister-in-law mean your brother wife. But in here, you say this young lady talking and dating and all that, unless your brother done broke up, then got a divorce, and you just still call her your sister-in-law, or unless y'all allowed to have multiple people over there. But yes, it is too soon to be exclusive. Now, when a man know. But yeah, it is a little too soon. And then you sent this one in. Sister to my sister-in-law. Okay, she's sending one updated. I'm like, sister, hold on now. Come on now. Sister to her sister-in-law. Okay. But yeah, and yeah, it's too soon. She don't know the man. And especially the fact that the man was rubbing on you, then went to rubbing on her. You know, flirting with you, and when flirting, he just looking for a work wife. He just looking for some anything over there. All right, next letter here. We'll act like that first one didn't happen. Sent from God or from the enemy. This look like it got a decent amount of length to it, little detail. Hello, Tony. If you decide to answer my message on one of your talks with Tony, then I would like to thank you in advance. I'll do my best to keep my questions short and to the point, but there's many layers to my situation. I have been dating this guy for a year consistently, although we first met at a job 3 years ago. I felt that God told me he was my husband at the time, 3 years ago, so I prayed that God would do work in both of our lives during the time we were not dating for 2 years. I am 31, he is 30, so my patience with this relationship is wearing thin. During the 2 years we weren't dating, we hung out a few times, but neither of us were in a position to be dating mentally or financially. In the 2 years we weren't dating, we both were focusing on our careers and working on ourselves physically, and mentally. As for me, I was also working on my relationship with God, but as for him, he believes there is a God, but not the same way I do. Let me say that again. My mind went to think about something totally different. That's crazy how you could be reading and your mind just somewhere totally different. As for me, I was also working on my relationship with God, but as for him, he believes there is a God, but not the same way I do. He's read the Bible, but he takes it too literal. So we have our differences when it comes to that. He doesn't believe in Jesus. The only reason I didn't run when I found that out is because I believed God wanted me to be a light in his life to bring him to salvation. I also have a 6-year-old daughter, and he has a 10-year-old daughter that he doesn't talk about much because him and the mother are not able to co-parent. I pray for him and his daughter to have a better relationship, but I don't ever ask any questions because I'm not sure if that's any of my business. During this past year, we have had a slow but steady dating season. He is very obsessed with becoming successful and says that it takes up his time to the point he will forget to text me back sometimes. I used to throw fits and complain in the beginning, but now I just try to keep myself busy with my own life. Through him, I've been taken out on very fancy dates. He bought me furniture for my place, and for my birthday and Christmas, he's bought me expensive gifts. He even bought my daughter a 300 game system for Christmas, and he's only met her once. I introduced him as a friend, and he dropped us off at the airport, so she thinks he was just an Uber driver. I started to feel convicted in my spirit for having premarital sex, so I told him I wanted to abstain. I never told him how long, but in my head, I'm thinking until marriage. Last week, Friday night, he texted me out of the blue to tell me I mean a lot to him, and he felt that he didn't tell me enough. It was late, so I waited until the next morning to text back. He then didn't respond until Monday, acting like he didn't disappear the entire weekend. In the past, he has done that and said that he just needed time to himself, not talking to anyone. I was so upset, and I didn't respond to him until a few days later after he messaged me for the third time. I told him that wasn't cool, and I didn't think there was any excuse for it, especially because we've been dating a year now. He responded that he got busy with working and he just forgot, but also that I needed to decide if this is what I wanted because he doesn't see his life getting any less busier. I responded with a simple okay, but what I meant in my head is, no, that's not what I want. A day went by and he reached out to me like nothing happened, never even asking me if I was okay with that. I guess he just thought my okay meant I was going to accept it. I am now starting to question if I heard from God or was I just being deceived by the enemy to keep me hostage in this relationship. After 2 years of applying your messages to my life, I hope that I'm not making a mockery out of all that I've learned from you. And I thank God for sending you into the world to help enlighten us women on self-worth and healthy relationships best. God bless us. Thank you for writing in. Thank you for writing in. Now I'm going to tell you what now. Now, the thing about it is, what you have to recall here is the man told you he believe in God, but he don't believe in Jesus. That's a non-negotiable when you're dealing with an adult. For somebody who is 30 years old to not believe in Jesus, what it's going to take for that person to believe in Jesus is far beyond you. You're not going to be able to represent Jesus, especially on your back, having sex. You're not going to be able to represent Jesus nowhere near enough for him to believe in Jesus. So you believe in Jesus and he nailing you to the cross of his bed. And then you went abstinent. But so Jesus is a wash right now in his mind Like, you wasting all your time talking about God and Jesus and all of that. This man ain't paying you a bit more attention than the man on the moon, than the woman on the moon. And he does not want you. He does not want you. He sounds successful already, taking you on fancy dates, buying you expensive gifts. And I think that is what's keeping you around, is this hypergamy that you can get into if you marry him. And $300 game system for your daughter, only met her once. So this guy is a womanizer. You know, this guy is the type of person that he has multiple women, but he has money so he can afford y'all. I'm successful and I talk to my wife every day. I got time for her every day. And I earn a good amount of money and I have a good amount of business and stuff going on. Got a meeting 30 minutes from here in a couple hours from now that I got to hurry up and get to. So we all got something going on, but one thing a man gonna make time for is women, or a woman. He's making time for women. That's why, and he don't need no whole weekend to himself. And especially if you the woman in his life. Like me, I take the weekends off from texting when I can, but I'm always gonna text my daddy, my mama, my wife if they text me. Last week I ain't text my sister. She was mad about that. I ain't text her back till Monday. So I had even my sister now, my sibling on the outskirts of my no texting on the weekend. But my mama, my daddy, my wife, my sons, that's always, you, no matter what kind of, how busy you are, you're going to have you a list of people that can reach you. The woman or man is sleeping with definitely should be on that list, or dating or exclusive with should be on that list. Now, you met him 3 years ago. Y'all ain't talked for 2 years. I don't understand it. If you were just waiting, y'all went on a couple dates. So it sounds like to me, for you to say you prayed that God do a work on both of y'all lives during the time y'all were not dating, that's 2 years. And then for the last year, y'all been talking. Y'all went out a few times, but neither one of y'all was in a position to be dating mentally or financially. I really don't know what held you them 2 years. And to me, it kind of sounds like the guy either looked amazingly good to you, or you could see his financial potential or hustle or grind or something, but I don't know what to hold you still for 2 years and you not getting anything from him. No type of signs that he like you, that he want to be with you. Y'all went out a couple times and then you weren't mentally or financially ready to date, but you can't really speak for him because you really don't know what he was telling you. We weren't dating. In those 2 years, we weren't dating. Listen, again, you speaking for him. You weren't dating. You don't know what he was doing with his 24 hours a day. That man was in all kind of behind. We were focused on our careers and working on ourselves physically and mentally. That's what he told you? Yeah. He probably was doing that, but it was plenty of women. Listen, a man who don't believe in Christ is not finna be abstinent and not talking to no women, working on themselves mentally and physically. Nah, man of the world are not finna be doing that. He finna be wearing him some cheeks out. He wearing cheeks out. So sis, well, let me tell you what you need to do. You need to go to TonyGassinsAcademy.com and you need to sign up for Real Love University. It's on there. I think it's only $15. You need to sign up for Real Love University. Then you also need to take Dating 101, Understanding Men. What else you need to take? You also need to take 10 Steps to Self-Love. Those are 3 courses you need right there, sisters. I'm going to start prescribing stuff to y'all because obviously these YouTube videos is not enough. Because sister, I'm going to tell you right here, this man got you all the way duped. This man got you all the way duped and scooped, and now you pooped. Because it's been 3 years, 2 years on hold on a few dates. You say you wasn't dating, you working on yourself, and you think he wasn't dating. Sister, he been dating the whole time, and he's still dating other women while he dating you. That's why he playing these mind games. So he texts you late, and this is the thing. He texts you late, and you waited till the next morning to text him back. He texts you Friday to try to get that little text in because he was finna be with his other boo Saturday and Sunday. Then that's why he texts you back on Monday. And then that's why he said you need to decide if you want this, because he's like, you ain't doing nothing. You looking right at the phone. I know you seen my text message. Why you ain't respond back to me? And so in his mind, he's like, okay, you trying to fake like you classy. You done already came off that guada. Done already been on your back. You done already introduced me to your daughter. You accepting gifts from me. You going on fancy dates. You accepting expensive gifts. You accepting an expensive gift for your daughter that I only met one time, but then you can't text back at nighttime and you want to wait till the next day to respond, trying to fake classy. Listen, you got to be classy or you got to be average. You cannot fake class. You cannot buy class. You can't read no text and not respond and then text him back the next day and expect a response because you playing mind games. When you play mind games, everybody loses. That's not a winning game. When you play mind games, everybody loses. And so if you see a text, respond to the text. If you in an exclusive sexual relationship, respond to the text. It's different if you just met a guy and y'all just starting to date and he texts you at 10 p.m., okay, hit him back the next day. But y'all just met, it's within a month. You know, y'all not exclusive. It's within a month, maybe 2 months. Could be even 3 months, but it's y'all aren't exclusive. Y'all aren't sleeping together. That's when you have a guy inside of a text window, like not texting after 10 p.m. and not texting on, during when you at work or you busy or when you at church or what have you. Having those windows that you texting when you free, when you see it and you free. And so the thing about this is you playing mind games and he playing mind games. But see, his mind games could end up costing you because his mind games could be him sliding into another woman. And then when you slip up and fall off your abstinence, then he slide back into you. And so it becomes a dirty and a dangerous game that y'all playing. But just coming from a male perspective, sister, he don't want you in the least. He do not want you in the least. I hate to have to say it like that. I hate to have to be that real with you, sister, but this man don't want nothing to do with you. It's just kind of fun. It's like practice. It's like getting up some extra shots if you're a basketball player. He just shooting his shot. He come to you to exercise his game. I hate to say it. I really hate to say it. And, I wish I could lie to you. I wish I wish I had something better to say to you, but a man who is into a woman, he's going to be at you every single day. He's not going to miss a day. A man who into you on the level of marrying you and wanting to be faithful to you, he's not going to miss a day. The only time a man going to miss a day with a woman he's interested in is when he absolutely has to miss a day. He's on the moon because he's an astronaut. He at the bottom of the ocean because he in the Navy. He in a submarine. He in surgery, meaning he's a surgeon and he doing surgery for the day. And he going to text you before or after the surgery. Or he's in surgery, meaning he got put under and he doing surgery and he out for the count for 24 hours. Or he can't have a cell phone in the hospital room or wherever he at. Like it has to be a literal reason. He on Air Force One. He's not allowed to have a personal cell phone because he up there with the president. It has to be a real reason for a man not to contact a woman. And when a man doesn't contact you and he's not in a place like the moon or under the water in a submarine, it's because he's with another woman or because he is playing a mind game and trying to teach you a lesson or train you. He's giving you a silent treatment or something of the likes. And it's so annoying. It's so immature. It just so, and it happens even in marriage too. It happened even in marriage. It's like I say something, checking my wife about something I ain't like, then she don't like that, I don't like that, and then we might be quiet for an hour and just waiting on somebody. It's very immature, and it's stuff that humans do. He texts you, you ain't text him back. He got mad, so he said, "Okay, you want to play that game? I'm finna show you how I can play this game, and I'm finna show you how ruthless some is at this game." So that man left you on ice for 2 whole days, and then text you, and then when you hit him with that okay, when you said okay, that ain't what you want. It's not that he felt like that meant you was gonna accept it. It's that okay hurt. That okay hurt. In mind games, that okay hurt. I got a text rule with my wife: no one word text. Put okay cool. And cause that okay, that's what you use a one word text when you trying to cut somebody off, send a sharp message, or people use one word text when they not really good at spelling, they not really a texter. Like a IQ type thing, low IQ. People use just one word answers. But most people who are, you know, if they have a decent level of IQ, they're gonna put okay, cool, okay, thank you. Um, Rather, most people won't just put one word text unless it just that's their personality too. That's another thing. They can have a high IQ, but their personality just don't really know how to communicate, and or got an attitude. And so that okay, it hit him. That's why he came back the next day, because that was like a boom. That was a chess move on the board of mind games. That was a chess move right there. That was a powerful move. And so the next day, that's why he came back like nothing happened, because he trying to get back in good graces, because that okay mean fed up. That okay mean, yeah, all right, we gonna see. He know it don't mean you gonna accept it. He know that. And so he trying to test you the next day. It was the test to see if you picked up on it. If the next day it was like, okay, let me see how you feeling about this. Let me see where you at with this right here. So that's all that was. That's all that was. I got some weird messages coming in, and I don't know. Oh, the one could be like a store, but my wife just texted me too. I don't know what she. Ain't no telling. She'll call me if she need me. She will call me if she need me. This another letter from somebody. Hi, Tony. I pray this email finds you well. Would you be able to make a video on society praising / promoting childbirths out of wedlock, particularly seen among the black couples in the celebrity world? I won't include the name of this most recent celebrity couple to keep things anonymous, although most people will most likely know without exact identification. But a well-known light-skinned black woman and her dark-skinned rapper boyfriend recently went public about their pregnancy, and it seems that there is both praise and backlash over it. From what is being said online, it pertains to colorism, as well it being out of wedlock. I read that the baby daddy has shared some colorist opinions in the past about black women. Do you happen to have any, man, I'm getting a lot of text messages, but from random little numbers, any words of wisdom, advice, or just overall thoughts regarding the way in which these praised circumstances continue to affect the continuous struggling state of unity and wholeness in the black community? Are there things we as black women should look out for in dating related to being overlooked or used for such motives? Thank you for showing up every day on YouTube to teach us. You are forever appreciated. That's a good topic, doesn't it? That's a good topic. I might need to do a whole video on that. Let me see what my wife wants, and I'm going to go live, and I'm going to post this right here. I go live and read this, and we'll talk about this on live. But let me see what my wife want, and I'll post this as a video. Hey, God bless you. We'll talk soon.